So I see a lot of richly melanated people saying that they believe that people who are on the lighter half of the melanin spectrum should not identify as Black. Of course, this immediately creates a bunch of issues, but at the core, it's because we're operating on two different definitions of what it means to be Black. When our ancestors were taken from Africa to colonies all over the world, they were referred to as Black in whatever the colonizer language was. When there was a mixed race starting to be born, they had another name for these people because they did look different, and yes, they were treated different as well. But because race is something arbitrary that was just made up, 200 years ago, the US decided to change this system and switch it to where, as we all know, all of us who are in any form Afro descendant are considered Black. I understand that people who are more richly melanated are underrepresented even in efforts to represent Blackness. And that is a problem that needs to be addressed. But I definitely do not think the solution is to push those of us who are lighter out of the community that we were born into. And that is effectively what you're doing when you're telling Americans that just because they're mixed or light, even if they're not mixed, that they're not allowed to identify as Black anymore. Even if this isn't something that's being legally enforced, for the past 200 years, what we call race in the US has effectively been ethnicity. So when you try to push us out of Blackness, you're saying that we're not a part of our own community with the rest of our family, that we're not allowed to claim the history that our ancestors lived through just because we happen to be lighter than our siblings. The American idea of light skin versus dark skin essentially covers what is considered being racially Black versus mixed in other countries. So I don't see any reason why we can't use that as a way of fighting for improvement and say, like, okay, we have one light skinned actor represented, now we need one dark skinned actor represented. We can do that without pushing light skinned people out of the Black community.